This is a primary source from King George III. King George III was, of course, against allowing the Americans to form their own government. So now this is the perspective from the King of England at that time, when the colonists were wanting to become independent America. On March 7th, 1780, King George III wrote a letter to Lord North, the Prime Minister of Great Britain. He felt that other countries would look down on England for allowing America to become independent. I can never suppose this country, so far lost to all ideas of self-importance, as to be willing to grant America independence. If that could ever be adopted, I shall despair of this country being ever preserved from a state of inferiority, and consequently falling into a very low class among the European states. Here, King George III hints at war being a possible solution to the American protests. He wrote this as a part of a law mostly directed at the rebels in Massachusetts. He felt that they would change their minds about independence if they knew that a war might happen. One vigorous measure appears to be the only means left of bringing the Americans to due submission of their mother country. The colonies will submit. King George III went on to deliver the following proclamation to Parliament on August 23, 1775. He complains that the colonists have forgotten all he has done for them. He criticizes the colonists for disturbing the peace and breaking the law in other ways. He accuses them of being traitors for wanting to become independent of England. A proclamation by the king for suppressing rebellion and sedition. Whereas many of our subject in divers parts of our colonies and plantations in North America, missold by dangerous and ill-designing men, and forgetting the allegiance in which they owe the power that has protected and supported them, after various disorderly acts committed in disturbance of public peace, to the obstruction of lawful commerce, and to the oppression of our loyal subjects carrying on the same, have at length proceeded to open and avowed rebellion, by arraying themselves in a hostile manner, to withstand the execution of the law, and treacherous preparing, ordering, and levying war against us. So think about it. Explain from King George's point of view how the colonists were behaving traitorously. Do you think the colonists were traitors? Tell us why. Use this statement by King George III to help you answer the question. A traitor is everyone who does not agree with me. How does this statement affect your thinking about the views of King George and the colonists? Now, do you agree with the king that the colonists were traitors?